All right, how y'all doing out there, YouTube Nation? How you doing? Hope y'all had a good weekend. Well, what weekend? I hope you're having a good weekend and had a good week. That sounds better. We just got over to Westlake, y'all. We hit a new spot. I was going to show it, but I was feeling some kind of way about it. This is a place that I looked at several times. Couldn't find no way in, so you just kind of like had the mind or something else, because it's telling you, like, man, I know they're in there. I know there are probably some big slabs in there. And that's what you let your mind tell you. That's what you're going to think. But you don't know until you try it. That's the deal. Delta. Flying on over. So yeah, we went over there. We checked the place. Place beautiful. Water's beautiful. Good clarity to the water. Sometimes that can work against you because it's so clear. The fish they had to make the fish skittish, a little spooky and stuff like that. And I started to show it for another reason. It looked just like Hyson's Lake. So what's going on? The Hysons done took over half of the place, and they're all piled up like Hyson Lake. And I fished against the Hysons, did all kinds of things. Drug road runners in there, drug the minnows and jigs in there, everything, man. And then I got into a corner that I seen a little ice in it too. Went over to that corner and fished it hard. And when I got over there, not much happened. But I seen the structure coming up. When I was coming up on the structure, like I said, it's clear. I can see the structure is probably 6 feet there where I'm at. Man, it's a whole freaking car sitting in the place. Man, I don't know what happened back in the day in that place. That's like I said, I had a feeling about it because of where it's located at. Here in Tampa, it's right outside of Tampa a little bit. And I tell you this, if you go down, if anybody that's local here in this area, you go down I-4, you can see some lakes off of I-4 before you get to MLK. Well, this lake sits in the back off there. I done looked at it several times, trying to get off in there. And man, a whole freaking car sitting in the lake, man. Now I had already been in there 2 hours. I got the heck up out of there and came to Westlake where we do some real damage at. We just pulled this guy in on a jig. See how, now I do a combination. It's doing good. It's doing good, great. I run with that. Let it bang them, and when I start banging them on that combination, and that's not saying the combination ain't working. We give them something different to look at. I don't care where you're fishing, fresh or salt. Give them something good to look at, even though that jig or that lure you've been working it's been catching them up. Then after a while, it'll slow. They done seen that enough to throw something similar to it, but different. So I went back to what I usually do, the jig with the minnow on there, and that's what this big guy snatched. He tried to take the pole off the boat, y'all. And I'm working it, sitting at the back, sitting at the front, but that's okay. Yeah, I could say one day we'll be looking back on this stuff. It's all cash money. But yeah, we got this big guy to start it off, and we just got to Westlake. It's a late day. It's about right now 1 o'clock. We went over there, left there about 10:30, 11 o'clock. Over here in Westlake at 1 o'clock, and gonna see what we're gonna do, y'all. See what we're gonna do with them. That's number one right there. That's a nice 13 and a half right there, and it's 72-degree water temperature, so that's impressive. See, I got that marker ready. I ain't throwing it yet. But I will be throwing it. Now, that water's nice and still cool. I got my little deals over there. I caught him right where I caught them hogs at about 2 or 3 weeks ago when we had that real cold front. So, man, he hit that thing good and hard too, boy. I tell you, I like that. And I love fishing from the back of the boat, man. I'm still dealing with that dilemma. So, you notice I'm at the back, and I just got the motor doing this little thing. I'll probably head back up there and see it. It seems like I pick them up in this here technique with the poles at the back of the boat. That's how I've been doing it for the longest time. But still, yeah, you can get them that way too. Like last week over in Pasco, we had the pole hanging off, and that one slab had it going all over the place when I looked around. But it's going to be easier for me to control the motor and all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to have the poles. What I do, I just angle the pole holders to where it's doing what these poles doing instead of out the back of the boat. It'll be out the side, but pointing back towards the back of the boat. And we'll work it that way. And what we're dealing with, when you, like you hear me say, and all that stuff, I'm thinking I'm dealing with confidence. I got to be confident that I'm going to get them that way because of the situation I'm in right now with the trolling motor housing, which I got to get. We done spent enough money, folks. We just taking a money break, so we're gonna have to get that coming in next week. Things are looking real good next week. We'll get that thing coming in next week after what we just did. That was terrible to hear that. You know how they can draw that amperage and burn up a board. I tell you, it's the way they design crap. Like they design it to break. You know, tear up something else when it tears up. So that's the game, man. Can't stay in business if you don't got nobody buying any product, right? That's the way they see it anyway. I got my mentals up front because that's why I was sitting up at front. Now I'm doing a little cool thing. I mean, the breeze is picking up here and there, and it's kind of slacking, and so I'm taking advantage of that. And I need to turn this here. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the front or the back. Well, it said make your mind up quick and start catching some fish. So we're gonna put a jig on that one because see, that boy hit that jig in minnow, and the way he hit. Like I just told you, he hit it, tried to take the pole off the boat. So that tells me he really wanted that combination real bad. So we're gonna go to a jig, one of these hair jigs. We're gonna put one on that one, and then we're gonna go to work on them. You know, we got the sun peeking up there. Spring's making a serious freaking intro. 72-degree water temperature here in Westlake, and I like that. We're doing that. So let me get the going on this thing, man. We trying to have a fish fry. All right, boy, I'm gonna bring you some more company real soon. Hold on. I'm working on it right now. It looks real good right there. Boy, I tell you, some good bottoms out here. I'm surprised that pole don't go off. Tell you what. It's a dead minnow there. That's a freebie. There was a couple dead minnows in here. Tell you what, I need to get some fresh water in there. That's what I'm gonna do. Put some of this Westlake water in there. Minnows are getting a little sluggish. They're lively, but a little sluggish. While we're up here, let's play games. You got to have fun when you do this thing, y'all. So like I said, we're gonna have that pole that way. We'll do it that way. And I'm gonna get back there and get that pole in a minute. And we're gonna beat him down, y'all. He just, cause I said, well, you know, like I said, when it's colder, you know, you catch him pretty good in Westlake. Catch him you can catch him right now going in the spring too, because like I said, they're coming off spawn. I know Westlake is spawning in here too, so going a little too fast, look like here. And we should be able to get into some real good stuff. He ain't out here by himself. He's not out here just hanging out by himself like that. So I'm gonna stay in that area. I picked him up in right here in the area where I picked the hogs up at. I want him to snatch that pole. That's the deal. I'm trying to sit here and babysit this pole. Go ahead and get that pole and put a jig on it and get him rigged up like this guy, because big guy hit that pole, man, with vicious freaking interest, man. So there go my little lily pad deal right there. We'll see. We're gonna go to work them hard up in here. Go ahead and bend that pole over for me. Yeah, because you got to be able to see that structure. You know, I do. You know, I would recommend any angler does. You want to see that structure, and normally when I come over that structure, I know if it's to be a strike. So I got a jig and deal up here. Yeah, I do. And one thing about that jig too, versus the nasty bin. The nasty bin's a 1/8, I think a 1/8 ounce. That's what nasty bin is. Now this guy's not all chartreuse. It's got a white. I'm gonna go ahead and go with a white. Got a chartreuse body like this one. That one's complete chartreuse. It's like a two-tone chartreuse. The body is a little lighter, and the tail's a little darker chartreuse. So we're gonna go with these guys are 16th ounce. Yeah, they are. They're 16th ounce. So they're floating different with that mineral tagging on it. They're floating different. So, and another good thing that I'm happy about too, we got cloud cover. See, the cloud just got in front of the sun just now. Them clouds just got in front of the sun. I better hurry up because it look like that minnows getting nervous. And that's what that minnow does. It gets nervous. Look, y'all. Look at here. Damn, I was hit there, buddy, wasn't it? Hell yeah, that was a hit. Got done, they took my freaking minnow. You're liking that jig, boy. So I got the minnows up. They're liking that jig with that minnow on the back of it. Boy, look at that bottom. 12 foot of water. No wonder that joker hit it and took it. Man. Alright guys, I'm about to freshen that water up. It's a big minnow. And he's dead. I gotta. Well, look at that freaking bottom right there. That ought to make him happy. Oh heck yeah, we're gonna wreck him. We're gonna wreck him right here. Bring them poles up to the front there, sniper. We're gonna wreck him right up here. And I like that. I tell you, that cloud cover give us like an early morning look. Keep doing your job up there, dear Almighty, with the clouds. Appreciate it. There go my deal right there, my lily pads. That's my alignment. I had the, last time when I caught them hogs, I had the market just right up there. So we know we're in the area. I can see the structure right here, all the structure, man. This pole probably getting ready to go off. I better get that pole in action, man. Oh man, look at that stuff right there. Being that we got in here late, y'all, see, we're going to go all the way to that 5 p.m. like a part-time job. We're taking this to 5 p.m. Or probably, we catch them up real quick, we'll be out of here in the next couple hours. We want to get on back. Kick the feet up for a little bit, knock a couple cold ones down. Boy, the bass, look at the bass over there, man. If y'all can see this, bass over here chasing shad right here, right there. Wow. It's active in Westlake right now for the bass. The bass don't play around. Now, with that spec hit, man, they ain't playing around either. So I think that's the first of the pre-spawners that just come off spawning there. All right, let me get that other pole. I want you to grab it. When I go away, something happens. Bring you up front. Well, I ain't even put a jig on you yet. Put a jig on this baby, man. Let's see here. Put that jig on. Oh, there's a jig. Tell them what I did with that jig, man. I took the jig up there. Let's go on up there with him. Oh. Let's go up there and do that. Let that camera run for a minute until we get some ice and we'll cut it off again. 11 feet. know how it happened, but it does happen. I don't like what I'm feeling, and this is what I'm feeling. See how that broke real quick? Line's frayed there. Look, it got about 2 inches of the line. Right where it was frayed, it just where it broke at. 2 inches of line sticking up here, so we'll retie that. That'll be the one that'll lose a 14-inch freaking speck up out of here. Crappie, for those that don't know what I'm talking about. We call them specks down south. What I do, I twist that thing about 7 times, and right at the snap ring that I'm using, I go right through the loop on the top. Where that tight, now I got a loop at the top. I go back through the top loop. Kind of cinch that, don't pull it too tight. You gotta wet it or you'll score your line, and that makes the line weak right there. So just wet it and pull it gently. Everything slides down. That's a kick, you know what knot. That's a kick-ass knot right there. This knot here don't break unless you cut it, unless it's got a fray on top of it. See, it didn't break it, the knot just now when I pulled the line, it broke where the fray was. So, not like that. The line, I mean, I'm trying to bite it. You know, them teeth ain't like they used to be when I was 25 and 30 doing this. But they still work. Teeth still work. That wind slowing me down a little bit. That's cool. Boy, look at that bottom. Something to help. Man, that pole ought to go off. Let me get this other pole in there. Yeah, them babies are happy in there now. Them more oxygenated water, man. Get out of there, will you? All right, hold on. All right, we got a jig on this guy. All right, let's go on back and let that wind push us back into that territory again. That wind picking up. Go ahead and jack it up. Got time to play with your wind. Let you work in our favor here in a minute. Everybody's sitting on the bottom now. Boy, look at that bottom there. Look at that. bottom. This little area right here, boy, that's dangerous looking. I'm trying to get to where I can see both poles. This way. That last lake I was in too left a bunch of ants in the boat too. I gotta kill one of them. Tried to bite me earlier. Alright, come on, let's get straight here. Let's get straight. Tell you that wind blowing. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good because we're gonna let the wind. We're gonna use the wind to push us across this thing, and trolling motor just keep us intact. All right. They go to Lily Pass there, so we're kind of getting past the Hogville. So Hog Village, where we caught them hogs at, but no big deal. We're gonna go a little past it and come back. Oh yeah, I see some at the bottom right there. I don't know who it is. Might be bait. That's okay. Somebody. I gotta be able to see them poles. And that's even better right here. You start kind of like thinking yourself of designing this boat like I did. Now I made it design it so I could put a trolling motor up here like I got here. Now I can sit this way too. I ain't got to always be sitting comfortable in the seat. We want to be able to bam, snatch them poles we got to. And I can see the Garmin sitting there. Oh, it's on, man. It's on. We finna do some more damage here. Okay. Cause I don't want to get too far out the area. You want to get right back over there and keep coming through here. Cause they're hanging out here right now. Ten feet of water. Come on, boys, smack it. I can feel you, man. I'm seeing the structure too. The structure, I know they're on it. That breeze is good. It breaks up that heat that we do have. There's some more structures all around. See, what is this? What is this right here? I must have hooked something, man. I hooked on to the structure. Probably snatched the middle off there, too. Go ahead and wipe it, man. See, one thing I'm going to tell you, another thing about what you know, I'm back to the jig, you know, the whole bucktail jig with the minnow attached. Now, guess what happened on top of that? I've caught him without the minnow on the jig, too. So, if he snatched that minnow off there just now, that structure I just came over, snatched that minnow off, they would still hit that jig, see? Because that's what you're doing anywhere around a lot of brush piles and structure. Man, we got something going, knocking off out there, man. I hear all the sirens. But they'll hit that jig anyway, because that's what, you know, again, that's what you're doing. You're kind of like jigging around stuff with the bare jig. So I'm not in a hurry to see if the minnows got knocked off there. He might hit the bare jig. He will hit the bare jig. Comes across his face. All right, go my little pile of lily pads. I'm getting back at that. Golly, what in the world, y'all? I ought to take a picture of that and show it to you. Man, so this pole ain't, both of these poles go off. Once I sit on the Garmin, give myself about a boat length, and then the jigs to get past it. I just see some, serious brush pile, man. Damn, I got to turn around. I got to turn around and go hit that again if nothing happens. God dog. Oh, a hell of a brush pile. Damn. And that was a nice brush pile right there. I tell you some awesome structure right here in this area. That's what the freaking brush pile, boy, I tell you. I think I done racked up some time, y'all. I'm gonna go ghost for a minute. It don't really look like that when you look at the video. You just see it. It blinks right back in. Yeah, I feel good about this, man. I'm gonna see a pole bend in a minute. Clouds getting in front of the sun like that. I love that. Now there's a certain speed you're getting when the wind's blowing that way. I'm going against the wind now, right now. And you get that certain speed in that direction. I got that spec when I was heading that way, so that's another thing you keep in mind. I picked him up going that way. And I was letting the wind push me too on that one. I just use the trolling motor to stay on track that I want to stay on. That don't mean I can't get them going back against the wind either though. But like I said, the wind is a current creator. So that wind going that way and the waves are flowing that way, they're pointing against the wind like I'm going. If the wind's coming towards me, that fish is pointing into the wind. So right now, if the fish is right here, my bait's gonna come behind him, and that's not good. So I turn around and probably pick up another one. All right, I'm going into further grounds. I'm gonna let that keep rolling. We're gonna go short. Let's see how much we racked up in that little bit of time of an intro. Man, 30 minutes already, y'all. Be right back. Okie doke, we on. Oh no, God, what a hit that was. Man. getting ready to talk to y'all, boy. Some just nailed the crap out that pole. Oh, man, look at the structure. Look at this structure. That's probably what I hit. Man. Boy, look at that structure right there. That's... wow. That's what I probably hit. Man, it's look like a Christmas tree. I mean, just like two trees together sitting up under there. Look at all this structure right here. This is a good area. I'm going to keep going around this area right here. I haven't gotten on another one yet, but what we're doing here, what are we doing? Okay, I'm gonna tell you what we're doing. We got in here at noon. So what we're coming in here for is that evening bite. We're always normally jumping in Pasco, Westlake, or any other place first light in the morning time, early in the morning, and of course. As again, like I say, you know, you've been fishing a long time, you've been angling a long time, you gathered a lot of knowledge with all that long time of angling. You get all these different type of, you know, times that you'll want to go and get at them, you know. But like now, I'm kind of like grinding. I'm grinding pretty good into the evening, because normally I like, it's kind of hot. Let me get on out of here, stuff like that. Now. Sniper's a warrior. See, you know, sniper comes from some long, dark, very treacherous roads to cut the knowledge that he has and to create, you know, the individual that he created. But I already know the process, how to go about getting to that reward. So and what it takes. So we got plenty of water. You know, we just ate a nice, good big lunch that we already had on us, and now we're waiting on that evening bite. That's what we're waiting on. You know, everything's kind of quiet now, boy. As it gets into the eating time, I told you, these guys love to eat. You know, all fish love to eat. When they're full, they eat stuff just because it's in their way. Let me go back around and hit that one spot. All this area is showing structure. All this is showing structure right here. This is like Structureville. Goddamn. Southwest. I don't know, that's a weird looking plane there. I ain't never seen that. It's a big 747. It's all white with no writing on it. Just all white. Going into the, TIA. It's going into TIA. I guess it's got permission to land. But yeah, the Joker's 740, like a 747 type, all white. But anyhow, like I'm saying, that evening bite, you know, it's calm. Look how calm it is around me. See, look how the wind was blowing earlier. I was talking about that, dealing with the wind, and I was going against the wind. Now it's calm. Man, I just had some pretty good hits, and I'm hitting the structure too, so that's good. That's what we want to know. That's what we want to do. We want to hit that structure. And so we're waiting on that evening bite here in Westlake, which we don't fish too much at all. I remember I fished one evening bite one time. I'm gonna tell you something, it was off the freaking chain. It was right here in this area too. Every time I came around and made that turn around there, boom, I nailed one. And then shortly after, the other pole went off. So Westlake got his time. Well, you can't tell Westlake what's up. You know what Westlake said. You got to read me, and that's the whole point. I talk about angling knowledge. You know, you gather this knowledge by, you know, putting that time in on the water. Like I like to go home and get on the couch and watch some YouTube until I pass out. You know what I mean? That's easy. And I know what that is. I mean, I feel guilty later on. I only got one, so we're looking for a fish fry too. And sometimes you gotta earn that fish fry. I gotta earn this fish fry, man. You know, and, when you know that with yourself, because yourself the most difficult individual you'll ever deal with on planet Earth is yourself. You know, you get yourself organized and understood that, hey, you got to earn this one. Sometimes you come in here, boom, 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 smash them and be all smiley and all happy about it. But now you got to earn this if you want this one. If you want this fish fry, you got one. You probably want 5 more to go with that. Yes, I do. And, you know, so we can have a little feast. And you got to earn it. They're here. But that dinner bell's going to ring here shortly. So I just got, cutting a little film, cutting a little film again, because we ain't got much time. We got 30 minutes when I look, probably 40 minutes by now, but so we'll cut again until we get, these guys took that dinner bell ring. These guys start to nail and everything that you throw at them. Oh, they're here, y'all. I done told you they're here. I mean, they had me one time, see, like they even had me, and I know better. And the know better will come from look at all this structure around here, all these places they have to hide. I like, okay, the common places, that's what you're used to, the common places that you normally catching them at. When they're not there, you got your lip out. And, you kind of like, it's not easy now. See what I'm saying? See how that keeps coming back up? It's not easy now. Sometimes you can go in there and smash them. Then come back next week and smash them. Then you come back the third week, man, all right, where they at? They done got you spoiled. You came 2 weeks and smashed them 2 weeks in a row. So now you come, you got to work for them. They're here, you just got to work for them. And you're like, man, I don't want to, normally I get in here, we put a couple hours in, we're gone. See, now you got to put 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 or 7 hours, and it's your choice. Man, I ain't trying to fish that long. Well, you won't get rewarded, because the reward was just getting ready to come in the next hour when you decide to leave. You decide to leave an hour before that dinner bell was getting ready to ring. And because, you're used to having it your way, a couple hours, you got them and you're out of here. Well, you missed it. And the guy that does stay, that happened to come with you in his own boat, oh, man, he probably called you on the phone. Man, look, God, leave, they turned on right when you left. And you down the road, you already in, you done got yourself adjusted to getting home, laying on the couch and drinking a couple cold ones. And you really wanted to get on them too. You really tried to hang in there. You could have hung in there. Guys, real anglers understand what I'm talking about. Don't quit. Simple as that. You hear that all the time. Don't quit. Fish this joke into the night today, Ain't got nobody telling me I can't fish it into the night. I won't have to fish it into the night. This dinner bell going, what we got now? We're rocking right at 3 o'clock. This dinner bell getting ready to rain out in a little while. And I really appreciate the kind of day we got. The clouds getting in front of the sun. Because I'm going to tell you right now, see, we talking truth. If that sun was beaming down, sniper out of here. Can't do it, man. I can't stand that, man. I can't. Boy, look at this right here. Golly. Telling y'all, let me step this up a little bit. Boy, look at that crap right there. Telling you, that may be the pre-spawners done come off the spawn now. Mid spawners getting ready to go in, but right now I may be catching. In a minute, boy, when that dinner bell ring, look at this. Boy, if y'all can see what I see, if you can see what I see, you'll understand what I understand already. This joker gonna. He already gave me an indication that, hey, look, this is what's going to happen here. And look, man, look at all that structure. Ain't no way, man. I shouldn't be getting one right about now. I got to watch this pole behind me, watch this pole, but that's okay. Man, that thing look good. Look at all the structure in this area. Wow. 10 feet of water. Good depth, too. Just jumped to between 11 and 10. Man, this thing looks good. And I caught them in this area one season real good. And I see why. I mean, look at the structure. Look at all the nice look. They got little brush piles, probably this high. That's the bottom of the boat. They're probably standing about 3 to 4 feet high. Yeah, they are. Because 10 up 6, yeah, they're about 2 to 3 feet high. Nice little structure, nice little brush piles. And some of them might be fish. But yeah, man, you got the we already know what we're doing. If I was already prepared the way I want to be, hitting the salt water stuff that I do, I'll probably be dropping in right about now. If I'm going to do some nighttime snooking, I'm dropping in right now, straight to go catch me some bait. That's where I'm heading to. And sometimes, see that we're coming out of our winter season. If I can catch bait at one of the main bridges before getting to the Skyway Bridge, well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check that first. If there's no bait there, then I'm going to have to take a run over the Skyway Bridge, especially if I'm planning on fishing back up in the bay. I have to run the Skyway Bridge. They always got bait. Get bait at Skyway Bridge. It's early now, so I'm not really kind of I'm not stressing. I'm taking time riding over the Skyway Bridge. Only a 10-minute ride when you got a 200R hanging on the back, running about 65, 70 miles an hour. You know, you even got to run that. Run 60, 65 miles an hour. Take your time, run over there, catch you some bait, come on back, drink a water or something. I don't drink beer on the water. I do not drink no brew on, no matter how nice it. I don't drink no alcohol beverage on the water. Say why? I don't want to be out there, you know, all sluggish and stuff. I'm straight angling expertise when I'm out there. Not that I'm a perfectionist, I'm the best, I'm the top notch. It's just that it's the way I want to feel. I don't want nothing dragging me down. I want to be in high attention, and be able to enjoy it and not still having something, sitting here and altering my being, altering my state of mind. And I'd be like, oh man, you done had 4 beers. That's what's altering your state of mind. Reason why you can't concentrate. Reason why you're tripping over stuff in the boat, stuff like that. You don't do that. But anyway, that's what you do. Drop in now, go get that bait, get back into position or in your area. Because you're waiting on that time to get right. And I might be waiting on the night to fall so I can fish the dock lights in my area. And lights might be on an industrial dock in my area that I'm going to fish. And big snook going to be there. And still yet, when night falls and that light comes on, guess what? You got to get a bait time to get to that light. Bait's attracted to that light at night. You'll find bait around the light. And that's why you can get around the light at night, snooking. Not only night snooking, you get around a dock light and see a big old 28-inch redfish sitting there looking into the lights, getting ready to crash some bait. And you might see a nice big 22-inch trout sitting there looking at that bait, getting ready to go in there and crash that bait. And then you'll see the infamous snook sitting there, 3 or 4 of them, probably all over 10 pounds, getting ready to crash that bait on your secret dock with the light. And that's how then you got your bait, you ready to go, and you throw into the dark. Always throw into the dark, because you'll see them, you'll see the silhouette. Throw into the dark and be ready. You better be ready. I'm telling you. And that's how that'll go. Like this here tonight, man, look at that brush pile. I'm surprised one of these poles ain't going on. But that's the deal. You see I'm fired up about it, because even just talking about it fires me up. Even though I'm not doing it, the reason why I'm fired up, because I'm going to be doing it. So I'm already working myself up for what's to come. I'm going to get back to doing all the stuff that I was doing before, younger. When I was younger, all hardcore, man. I had my 21 flats that I was running at the time, and I'm there. My nephew and I fishing night trips, day trips, any trip. We'll come home from picking up a load, and we might get home probably like early, 8 in the morning. Nephew, you want to go get him? Yeah, boom, we'll hook the daggone boat up and take off to the water. Catch some bait, get out there and slam some snook. That's how nephew and I used to do it. We'll be back doing that again. I just had a bump on this pole here. I'm telling them it's some good structural land. The dinner bell it's going to get ready to run. I'm going to tell you, these clouds are playing a role in it too. Keeping that sun from constantly banging down on the water. So, yes indeed, at the same time, we're going into that spring pattern now. And what Westlake tell me, I definitely want to get on them. Now, that water's probably about near 70, 80 degrees. Not 74, it's holding in the mid-70s. That's a good temperature. That's a good temperature right there. And they're getting that spawning going. They're getting that spawning out the way now. I don't know if they're spawning in there. You can check all that kind of stuff too. Check the spawning areas to see where they're spawning at. And what I'm doing is sticking close to where I think they're spawning. Well, I know they're spawning in this area right here. Now, looking at it, probably can't get to it. And then again, I'm not in the mindset. See, I'm not in the mindset to where I want to go in there after right now and check and see if they're in there. And I want to do that with my lone pole, which is at the house, which is an 11-footer. and get around and just jig around in some of the spots up in there without disturbing. So now we're gonna double back in that area. We ain't too far from it. Double back in that area a little bit. Just kind of want to inform y'all, get you guys informed on we still waiting on that constant bite. We got that one guy earlier, and there's gonna be some more guys here in a minute. And I'm also, and see, like I'm doing something. I'm battling myself right now, because I'm gonna hang in here. It's 3 o'clock. I'm gonna hang in for the next couple hours to where it really starts to getting dark, and I'm gonna get a good, nice Westlake bite. So now that's why I'm gonna bail out, and we're gonna sit in here, and you guys gonna see it happen. We're gonna let you guys see it happen. Where we at? Yep, 40. Y'all hang loose. All right. Starting to get to that point to where that sun's dropping on the other side of the earth. And right as that starts to happen, guess what? Y'all already see what I'm trying to do. And I mean, you worked the hell there. Boy, I got him good. He wasn't going nowhere. So, boy, right here, starting off the evening. It's about 4 o'clock, 4:30. And shoot about a few more of these. I think I'm good. I'm good right now, but that's a nice solid 13 right there. Let me get set back up and see if we can get another one. Now what we're doing, we went from the jig with the minnow to the jig itself, with the hair on it and all, which is still on that pole. Now we're running a road runner, a little 16,000 road runner with just a minnow on it, and that seemed to wake them up. See if we can get another one. I like the way that looks. So do that. No minnow. Now what I'm gonna do with that other pole, see if I can get away with the big roll runner here. I'm gonna leave my little setup on it. Pretty big minnow. We'll see. think I'm dragging him too fast. I kind of stepped it up a little bit, and that's when he struck. So that we're gonna leave it at 2.5. Maybe that one will draw a big, one of them big Westlake 15 inches come and hit that son of a gun right there. I think I'm dragging a little too fast. I tell you that freaking M31 bear, I can't say enough about that son of a gun. Yeah, that's dragging pretty good right there. I was dragging pretty good. A little tight on the drag. That sun done dropped behind the building over there. I think it is, what it is, 5? Yeah, it's about 5 o'clock now, so we'll play with this for another 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Start heading back towards the truck, and then we'll probably hit the, this brush pile that's over there near the, where we put in at. See if we can pull a couple from the brush pile. Man, look at that bait pod right there. Son of a gun, boy, I tell you, they got the food in there. All right, guys, come on. It's about that smiking time. Up in here. That pole there, jump, boy. Come on, go ahead and whack it. Don't be scared of that thing. That's supper time, buddy. That's what that is. Road runner 16th ounce, man. I mean, we got that one just now. I hope we keep getting it because the hook's small. That's one only thing that kind of gets me about that road runner. It's got the small hook on it. Now this road runner, he got a nasty bend on it. This a nasty bend. Well, ain't a road runner. It's just a blade. It's a blade bait, just like a road runner. Like I said, they copied it in many ways. It's got to be different so you don't get sued. But yeah, that one's got the nasty bean hook on it. But this one held that other one, that one I just caught. Held on to him. All right, about time for film to see one of y'all. Come on now. I mean a slab too, one of them 14s. Caught about 3 weeks ago. Give us a 15 out of it. Give us a 15. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 16 swimming around in here. Good dozen of them. All right, this the trail. This the trail right here. Yep, still on there. Well alive. Watch something like it right there. Go ahead and bend it. Go ahead and bend that rod over. Like I said, I went into that. If it would have been good over there, the place I started off this morning at, I was gonna call that joker 4600 compound, because City Corp used to sit on that property where this lake, the first lake that I hit this morning. City Corp sat right on that property, and behind it is the lake, one similar to Westlake. I mean, one of them big dugout lakes from way back. Man, that was a trip. I went past that son of a gun. I mean, that's wild. Looked kind of spooky too. Came back around, and I'm seeing this structure coming up, and I kind of came over to the left of it, got up on it like, man, it's a freaking car. Dang, going. It looked spooky. I got away from it real quick. Looked kind of spooky, man. Car sitting on the bottom of the lake, man. Golly. I started thinking, is there anybody in it? Have they been in it for a long time? I mean, wow. Mine is something, I tell you, man. But I was thinking, I like, wow, it'd be something to see something come out of it. That'd be a trip. All right, see how you spook yourself out? That's what I was kind of thinking that. I mean, how long has the car been there a long time? It's been there a long time. And did somebody pass away in there, that was in there, and they ditched it here in that lake, and it's been there so long, at least 10 years or better? That was a spooky looking deal, man. Car sitting on the bottom of the lake. Wow. I know there's some minds out there that said, why don't you call the authority? Yeah, I thought about it, hey man. There's a car in the bottom of the lake over there. You guys might want to go check it out. Freaked me out. I ain't expected to be a freaking car, man. Dang. All right. About time for that thing to be in. We're gonna Ease on around the corner. This the time I've been waiting on though. I might do one more round. Cause them blade baits gonna get him. I mean, I done got one of them. Gonna get another one. Well, I'm seeing all this good old structure, I tell you, boy. That is some good looking stuff right there. Yeah, that's a corner on it. Wow, it's making noise too. Oh, that's weird. All right, 12 feet of water. Another good little brush pile coming by. Come on, bend it, boys, bend it, girls. Man, that thing looking good right there. I know somebody coming up out of there after the being in there, the sun out. Now it's getting. They know when it's getting to be dark. And look at that right there. That's somebody right. That's somebody right there. Could be bait though. Yeah, it looks like bait. But I'm sure they're nearby. Right now, bluegill's getting ready to go to bed too, and that's what that was. A snake would have had that. Man, that bluegill knocked the fire out of that right there. They've been doing that for the whole time. They just can't get their mouth around that minnow. I like to help them. Well, if they're not big enough to get their mouth around that minnow, no big deal. Boy, he thumped the crap out of that. See if that minnow's still on there. Wow. Nope. He took that minnow, boy, like he knew it had his name on it or something. That joker wanted that minnow. Make me want to round one more time. See if we can get you to get this in your mouth. Yeah, I need to find me some 16th-ounce heads. You know, I don't know if Roadrunner, well, they come the way they come. They don't do nasty bins. See if I can find some 16-ounce in this one. I don't think that's a 16 ounce. That's about a 1/8. Nasty bins. Make sure I got them when I get them. I mean, that one held on. I mean, I was worried about that when I put it on. You know, he did a good job holding on to him. So, as long as they get it pretty good. Dang, I go that freaking bluegill again. He done took that minnow, I bet you, man. Boy, they hit good. It's some fierce little jokers. He hit that pretty good, though. I mean, they just thump it. We had that minnow, though. That's exactly what they're hitting, that minnow, and ripping him off the hook. See, that's another thing about, you know, just going, grinding until, you know, the evening time. If you get in the evening time, depends on what you're planning. My plan, if I go in the evening time, I'm trying to fish into the night, or fish at night. But boy, going into the night, watching everything comes alive, you know, in the animal kingdom, and you know, in the fishery kingdom too. And I just to watch them come to line, the bite picks up, gets cooler, more comfortable, even in the summertime. Well, I had some summer nights, they were warm. But I mean, like right now, spring, good nights for better. This is the time to hit the docks right now. You know, if you know you're gonna do some salt water. If I was in salt water doing the way I want to be in there, I'll be doing some night fishing. I hit some docks right now and show you some big stuff sitting right there up under the dock. Go ahead and make that cast. And watch you get wrapped around a pilot or something. Yes, indeed. Boy, them snook don't play around them docks. You gotta better yank that son of a gun away from that dock, like right now. Let me check this. Fella stole another minnow, man. Yeah, that little son of a gun did. That's a bad combination right there. That little Roadrunner right here. Minnow on him. That's a good combination too. Because you got that spinner, that flash. That's what I want. I get that splash. I get that flash. You got that minnow on the back. So what we got going, what that means, the minnow got his natural flash, but it's probably not pronounced right about now. So that Roadrunner that I'm running him on helps him out. So when that speck, which is right now, is on the prowl, because it's getting dim, it's getting to the evening time, well, it's getting nighttime. And that speck, see that little flash? He's coming over to take care of business. And then that's why that bluegill's hitting it, because it's being able to guide that bluegill to him. That bluegill hitting that minnow, taking that minnow. See, that goes to show, because if he was a speck could take the whole thing. He's got the mouth to take the whole thing. That bluegill don't have the mouth to take the whole bait. All right, we're gonna make this here pass right here. Damn, look at the structure here, man. What's going on with you, man? Still a live minnow, man. Yep, look at that minnow. That minnow is live. They're scared of that minnow right there. Yo, scared of that minnow right there. Come on, 14 can eat it, 13 can eat that, 12. Eat the whole thing. Spinner and all. Look at my lily pelt, I'm just getting past it. Man, this is danger zone right here, especially this time of the day. Alrighty. Yeah, this is prime time right here. I mean, now it could be also later, another, say 2 or 3 hours from now. Stay right here and keep probing the same area. You start seeing the bite pick up. Because wherever they are, even if they're in all the seaweed that's coming back, they could be all down in that. But now they come up and get into position into these little structure areas that I'm seeing, and bam, just light you up. You know, you'll catch up about 10 or 20 of them. You hang on in here through the night. Is that a hit? I'm in structure right there. I'm in that structure right there that I'm seeing. I knew that one a hit, man. Not looking like acting like that. No. I tell you, this when I can feel it, boy. This when them hits started coming. You've been in this. I was in this area I was up here a couple hours ago. You can feel that now. It's not active, but now you just get that feel. Like I say, at night things come alive. You see how? Look, that's been dead, man. Something must have hit him. No, he's still alive. I'm gonna put a smaller one on since I got a nice size spinner bait. I'm gonna take this off. We don't need no. And I done talked about the distractions. We want to see all minnow, and then they'll probably see the spinner bait itself. That'll be big enough for what we call it. We want to kind of, yeah. I tell you, man. Something on there? Oh, something was on that boy. You're gonna get snatched up. I tell you, if I had the lights that I need to have, man, I'd go on into the night and do a 2-part video on this thing and show you guys what I really mean. As this bite, watch this bite pick up as it gets later and later into the night. Westlake, that special type place. Cold days, they bite good. Tonight, later on into the night, I guarantee you, you'll see that bite. You'll see me start slamming. That bite will pick up, and then I have it to the point I hang a light off the boat, and that's gonna attract bait. You gotta be sitting still for that one. You sitting still. Once you find a good brush pile, nice good depth, sit on it. Got the light hanging over the boat. You got the minnows coming into the light, and you just sitting there with you doing the corks. Then sending them corks around there in the shadows. Like I said, you'll see the snook in the shadows, and the trout and the redfish. They're sitting off in the dark, looking into the light. So you want to throw your bait right off into the dark edge, right at the edge of the beam of the light. Wherever that light ends, lighten up, and it starts to be dark. That's where you want to throw your bait at. Right on the edge of light and dark. And because the fish sitting off in the dark. They're ambushers. They're sitting off in the dark. And you see me wreck them, man. Another couple hours from now. Should be wrecking. That's a good time. I mean, them cooled off. Then got them. They know it. We're going ahead and bite that way. I bet you I got about an hour on that thing now. It don't take long for that phone crap. I ain't kidding, man. And we're gonna drop a minnow. Yep. What I tell you, we're gonna drop a minnow in a little bush tree on the way back to where we put in there, and see what happens. All right, guys, we at the tree. The tree is right there. Right there. Didn't do nothing. Didn't do anything. Nobody's home yet. That's a good tree too. I done caught a few of them off that tree. But if y'all looking at the water behind me, I'm sitting in the rain right now. It's raining. It probably ain't gonna last long, but yeah. Go ahead and wrap it up. Had a full day today. Started off at that one lake over there. Got to see what that's about. Nothing. And came on over here and caught two. You know, that's a fish fry. Fry up a few fillets. Start off earlier next time. Probably would caught more. But yeah, it's raining right now, man. I'm probably gonna get harder for a while, and then it'll slack up once you get in, get in the truck, get it halfway to the house. You wish you would have stayed, but cause see, I'm ready to fish it into the night now, just to get that evening bite. That evening bite fierce, just like the early morning bite, cause they're feeding. And yeah, I'm sitting in the rain right now, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Keep tuned in. Gonna blow your mind on some of the places we're gonna end up getting into, and the fish that we're gonna show you once we get into them. Summertime's coming, so I don't do too much specking in the summertime, but I get into some of these good phosphate pits that's starting to open up. I never forget, and as I say, as a kid, Pop and I was catching big specks in the summertime. It didn't matter to them. And I just thinking back on that, I said, man, heck, we're throwing out into the center of the pit. I mean, because, back then, just rod and reel. I was glad to have a rod and reel to be able to make long casts. And, man, I was putting in, I guarantee there's 13, 14-inch specks. And that was in the summertime, catching bluegills and, red-ish shell crackers, the same thing, all the way around it. So we was catching them up. But, yeah, but most of the summertime, we're going to be out to the mangrove snappers. Them big mangrove snappers coming in the summertime. We're going to be transferring to that, getting the other rig ready, for more saltwater stuff. And, that's it. Just whatever the opportunity, opportunity, whatever's available and what's better to go after. And then, sometimes you'll probably hit, I got a nice freshwater hole that I done found. I'll probably be in that thing in the summertime. Don't make a difference, and as long as it's fertile. You got a bunch of fish in it. But otherwise, we'll be out chasing the mangroves, beating up a couple snook along the way, and catching, trout get in the way, redfish get in the way of that. You catch them too. But yeah, y'all. So y'all hang tough, stay tuned in. Smash that bell, like, definitely subscribe. You'll be glad you did for the ride. And drop a comment. You got a comment? Drop a comment. I'm showing you, some quite a few little deals that I know you like to use. You're using it. Some of y'all are using them out there, and that's what it's for. Say, hey, now I never thought about doing, using it that way. And, you use that road runner that way, dressed with nothing but a minnow on it. That's a deadly deal. I done had, spec, AKA crappie, about break the pole trying to hit that combination like today. That guy hit that thing, man, with total intentions. Like, I gotta have that. So, we got some other techniques that we'll show as we go along the way, and then we start getting more, fertile grounds. Then that's when you start getting more technical with the fish. You ain't necessarily technical, but you start putting out all your techniques and to get more of them, or to get at them better, whatever you're gonna do. But yeah, y'all, stay tuned in. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Smash that bell, and buckle up, because it's only gonna get faster. The ride is, and it's only gonna be more deadlier, on the fish. And I'm telling you, it's only gonna get more deadly, because that's what we're doing. We don't fit the West Lakes and the Pasco type stuff. That's great, but man, we're about that action. We're about bending rods. So the bend rods, you just got to go where you bend rods at. Wherever that is. Like we've been talking. Those nice new fertile areas, and getting back into the saltwater world. and putting your all your knowledge together there, and that's not a big deal. Just getting there is the deal. Getting there and catching that bait, and saltwater. You got to have that live bait, man. And then you get to have your spots. Whatever you got some good spots, you're gonna go there and bend some rods. All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Drop a comment if you got one. Don't be scared. Drop a comment. The sniper will answer it. And if you don't know it, I'll find out what it is, and then I'll tell you what it is, and then we'll both know it. You know how it goes. All right? You got to have a good rest of your weekend. We'll see you on the other side. That's next week. All right? Take care. All right, YouTube Nation, y'all have a good one. We'll see you next time on the water.